Good morning students. In the last lecture of the operating system, we have discussed about the free space management techniques. There are two free space management techniques used in the operating system, that are bitmap and by using the linked list we are managing the free space available in the operating system's memory. Now, in this lecture, we will start our next point, that is virtual memory. What is an exactly virtual memory in the operating system is? We know the general meaning of the virtual. Virtual means what? Virtual thing means what? A thing which is not actually present. Virtual means abhasi. That means virtual things are not present in a real world, but they are in a working state. Virtual means what? They are not actually present, they are not actually there, but their working is present. That are virtual things. Then, what is the virtual memory in the operating system? The virtual memory is the memory generated from the physical memory devices like a disk when the less amount of main memory is available. And the virtual memory is commonly implemented by the demand paging. Virtual memory means a memory which is generated from a physical memory. For example, our disk. A virtual memory is created by using a disk memory, that means hard disk memory, when the less amount of main memory is available. There is not efficient main memory is available for the execution of the process, then at that time the physical memory provides somewhat space for the virtual memory. Now, in this lecture we will discuss about the virtual memory concept in detail. First we will see what is an exactly virtual memory is in detail. The primary memory, such as RAM, is expensive and limited in the system. However, the secondary memory is cheaper and large and can be extended easily. We know that our computer's primary memory, that is RAM memory, is very expensive, but it also provides the limited space, limited memory into the system. But our secondary memory, that is for example hard disk, which is very cheaper, and that hard disk provides the larger space for the data storage. The virtual memory concept offers unique solution for apparent primary memory expansion. In this way, secondary memory can be accessed as if it were the part of the main memory. The virtual memory concept offers a solution to the primary memory for their limited data storage. How this is possible? The primary memory takes a memory from a secondary storage, that is, the memory is taken from the disk, but it acts as a primary memory. It acts as a computer's main memory. This is a virtual memory. In this case, the memory is not physically present into our computer system, but their appearance is there. One of the technique to extend this is to transfer the inactive RAM storage to secondary storage temporarily. It essentially, with the help of the operating system and the software and hardware installed on the system, and then helps to access more memory than what actually is installed onto the system by transferring data from RAM to the disk. The virtual memory in the operating system provides the mechanism to access the more memory than what is the size of actual primary memory. We can access the larger amount of data, or we can store or we can process the larger amount of data, larger programs by using the virtual memory, because the virtual memory is taken from the and it provides the more memory than the computer's primary. We know that the computer's memory is divided into two parts. First one is the computer's primary memory, that is RAM, and second one is the secondary memory, that means hard disk or any other storage devices. You know how the application, how the particular program or the application is executed in the system? There is one way. The entry of application or the program in the system first loads into the RAM memory. Which application is going to be run into the computer, that application is first loaded into the computer's RAM memory. This makes the application faster to load and access than the secondary memory, because the data for the processing is first taken from the primary device, so it provides the faster operation than the secondary storage. See, this is the implementation of virtual memory. Here is an secondary storage disk. From that disk the physical memory is created, and here is an virtual memory. In the virtual memory there are different pages. That pages means one unit of memory, and that pages are created by using a physical storages, physical units present in a physical memory. The virtual memory in the virtual memory, the memory is created or the pages are created by using and there is an memory map which maps the virtual memory pages to the corresponding physical storage, to the corresponding This is the virtual memory. Next is the in what form the virtual memory is stored. There may be the question in your mind that in which format or in which form the virtual memory is actually stored into the operating system. The memory is stored in a forms of unit that we called as a pages into the operating system. As earlier in the last diagram I shown, the different pages are available in the virtual memory. So here in a virtual memory, the memory is stored into the unit of pages. There are different pages to represent a virtual memory. These are atomic units where large programs can be stored. As per the requirement of the program, we can store the large programs into that virtual memory. As I told earlier that virtual memory is not actually present into the operating system, but their appearance is present. That means in a virtual memory, the memory is created by using a physical memory, and in a virtual memory there are different pages. Pages are the units in the virtual memory. For a program, there may a large set of storage in a physical addresses. All of those are not required to be loaded, as only certain programs are used for the application. Imagine a playing game like FIFA on your desktop. The game itself may be stored in a hard disk. That means hard disk is our secondary storage. But while playing, all the installed space would not be loaded into the RAM. Whenever you are executing or whenever you are handling any application or the game on your desktop, then at that time that application, that program or that game may be stored on the secondary storage. But while you are using that particular application, then the installed space not to be loaded into the RAM. Okay, this is a virtual memory, and in the form of pages the virtual memory is stored. Then what are the different benefits of the virtual memory? First benefit, which is most important, large programs can be written as a virtual space available is used compared to physical memory. In a virtual memory, we can store or we can execute the larger programs or the larger applications. Next, less I/O required. Here, by using a physical memory, we are implementing less input-output operations are required. And next one is the more physical memory available, as programs are stored on a virtual memory, so they occupy very less space on. Now we will see how the virtual memory actually works. The addressing scheme, that is provided by the system, and the total available space in the secondary storage device is what limits the size of the virtual storage, not size of the primary storage as our RAM memory. The addressing scheme, the paging scheme available in the virtual memory, and the total available memory space in the secondary storage device limits the size of virtual memory. The size of primary storage is not considered as considered in the size of virtual memory. That means the size and the addressing of the virtual memory depends on the secondary storage device, not on the primary storage as our RAM memory. If storage is unlimited, then some applications can behave as if they have unlimited primary memory available to them. The virtual memory is having a unlimited space. If the storage applications behaves, they having a unlimited memory, unlimited primary memory for the execution of themselves. We can use both of the systems, that are software as well as both the hardware as well as software work together to map the What? But in a actual scenario, the processes and the resources stored in the memory are not continuous, however are broken down and are scattered and stored at various memory. Within the execution of the processes, the resources In short, what is an virtual memory? A computer can address more memory than the amount of physical memory installed on the system. This extra memory is actually called as virtual memory, and it is a section of hard disk that set up to imitate the computer's RAM. The main advantage of this virtual memory is that the programs can be larger than the physical memory. The virtual memory serves two purposes. First reason is that it allows to extend the use of physical memory by using the disk, and second purpose or the second advantage is that it allows us to have memory protection because each virtual address is translated to Now starts with the paging as memory. What is an continuous memory? Continuous memory is the memory in which we can store the data in a continuous manner. It means that the memory blocks must be side by side to one another without any breakage. The data is stored. The memory blocks are in a continuous manner. The memory blocks are created for storing the data are side by side to one another without any breakage. This is a continuous memory. Non-continuous memory. In a continuous memory, the memory blocks are created one by one in a sequential manner without any breakage. But in a non-continuous memory, this is a memory block. In this area memory is available, then there is one breakage. In this breakage, the memory is not available. This is an example of non-continuous memory. Before starting with paging, you must understand the concept of continuous memory. In short, continuous memory is the memory in the memory blocks are side by side to one another. Now start with the paging. Paging is a memory management scheme that permits the physical address space of a process to be non-continuous, or in other words, eliminates the need of continuous allocation of physical memory. Paging is a one memory management mechanism. Here in the canvases are available at the different locations in the memory. This allows viewing the memory spaces that physically lie at different locations in the hardware to be logically viewed as continuous. In a paging technique, we can viewing the memory space that is present physically at the different locations, but we can logically viewed as that locations are in a continuous manner, and this is possible via mapping of physical and virtual memory that is done by the hardware component we call memory management unit. The memory management unit MMU maps the physical memory and virtual memory. Frames are the basically sliced up physical memory blocks of equal size. That means if 512 KB memory is available, then that memory is divided into 4 parts of each 128 KB. That each we called as a frame. Then there are 4 frames are created, while pages are sliced up logical memory blocks of equal size. Here in a frames we can divide the physical memory into a blocks, but in a pages here we can divide a logical memory of a block of equal size. Here are some formulas for calculating the number of frames and number of pages available in memory. How to find out number of frames available in memory? Physical address space divided by the frame size. And how to find out number of pages in the logical memory? Logical address space, total logical address space divided by the page size. These are the formulas for calculating the frames and pages available in the memory. Then what is an logical address? The page address is called as a logical address and the frame address is called as a physical address. Then page address is called as a logical address and it is a combination of page number that is denoted by P and offset which is denoted by D. The page address having a 2 parts. First one is the page number that is P and second part denotes the page offset D. the page number. Sometimes it is also called as virtual page number, because here logical memory is used for the virtual address, so virtual addressing. So the page number we sometimes called as a VPN, that is virtual page number. Then there is a formula for the logical address. Logical address is equals to page number plus page offset. This is denoted in this figure. The logical address is divided into, or logical address is denoted by two parts. First one is the P, that means page number, and second one is the D, that means page offset. Now, what is a physical address? The frame address is called as a physical address, and it is a combination of frame number, that is denoted by F, and the offset, which is denoted by D. And the frame number is sometimes called as PFN, that is physical frame number, and physical address is a combination of frame number F and page offset D. These are the terms related to the addressing, that are logical address and physical address. In short, logical address is related with the page, and logical address of the page is combination of page number and offset, and we called as a frame. In short, the paging method allows a program to be allocated a physical memory whenever it is available. In a paging, a physical memory is divided into a fixed size blocks we called as a frame. Also, the logical memory is broken into fixed size of blocks we called as pages. Then, whenever a process is to be executed, then its pages are loaded into available blocking store. And this back storage is nothing but a physical memory which is the blocks. And this paging process is done for the translation of logical address into physical address. Here the translation in a paging, the translation of logical address to physical address is actually done. And this is a very easy process. We know the logical address contains the two parts P and D, that means a page number and the offset. Whenever any process is executed into a memory, then at that time that process is loaded, or the process is executed along with its pages, then that pages are first loaded into the available memory. For that, the logical address is created by using a page number and offset. Then this address translation in the paging, the address translation is done. In that, the logical address is converted into the physical address, and we know the physical address means frame address. Okay, here is in two parts. F means frame number and D means offset. The offset remains same, but here the logical address of the page is converted into the frame address. How this is possible? Here is an one table. Here is an one table we call as a page table. In that page table, all the pages are, or the mapping of the pages are stored. Suppose this is an index. In the logical address, suppose P is nothing but a page number. Then in the index, it will check the entry for that particular page number, and according to that page number, the point or the index entry is loaded to the actual physical address, that is F and D, and then that data is returned to the physical memory. That means in our computer's hard disk, in our secondary storage. For the paging, suppose consider your example of book. In your book, suppose if you then in that index you having a particular P means here page number, and D means offset. Then your index entry is checked into a page table. Then according to the entry, the frame, that means the corresponding page number page is an physical address, and that page is present into a computer's secondary storage. That means that page is available into your book. This is the example of paging, and this is the mechanism of the page is present in the page table. Physical memory address of every page of that particular book, consider an example of book, is available in the page table, and the base address is present in the page table is combined with the page offset for defining the physical memory address, which is then sent to the memory unit. This is a paging hardware. In this lecture, we were seeing that the concept of virtual memory and a page. In this lecture, first we were seeing what is and exactly virtual memory is. Virtual memory is one memory which is created by using a computer secondary storage by using the mechanism of demand paging. Next, we will see in what format the virtual memory is actually stored. In a pages format, a virtual memory is stored. Then we will see, we were seeing that the benefits of the virtual memory. Then we were seeing the how actually virtual memory is work with the help of hardware and software. Then we will see the concept of paging, because for the implementing the virtual memory, the pages are required. The page unit is created for implementing a virtual memory. So that's why we were seeing the paging concept. Before starting with paging,